Thank you for allowing me this reasonable latitude to discuss KCPE 2010 and highlight key test items that may still be examined. To begin with, I need to point out important points to remember when dealing with a cloze test. Number one, you've got to remember to read the passage without the answers to identify the theme or the topic. After you have done this, read for the second time while paying attention to specific information within the text. Number three, select appropriate answers and fill in the blanks. Number four, read the passage one more time. Number five, if one of the selected answers does not pulse or agree with the examiner's line of thought or plot development, replace it with another one. After you have done this, you've got to make sure you transfer the answers immediately to the answer sheet. This should only be done if you are so certain that the answers you went for are correct. So from here, we want now to move on and apply this important information to the following passage. Remember, my dear learners, that whenever you are given a broken passage, which we also call as a cloze test, it's important and worth to note that reading instructions is important. I want therefore to read the instruction for question 1 to 15. Read the passage below. It contains blank spaces numbered 1 to 15. For each blank space, choose the best alternative from the choices given. You've got to underline the word best. Best alternative from the choices given. Laughter is part of everyday human communication. We can think of a day in our lives that without us laughing or hearing someone laugh. Research has shown that human beings are of laughing even before they are born. Pictures have shown unborn babies smiling in their mother's wombs. Smiling be thought of as the first of laughter. Humans are not the only capable of laughing. It is that chimpanzees and gorillas also make sounds and facial expressions that resemble those made by humans laughing. The major difference is that whereas human beings can laugh at jokes, it is doubtful animals can see the funny of life. It should, however, be noted that laughter is not always expression of happiness. Sometimes we laugh to up embarrassment or hide our fears. We may even laugh to annoyance. I've just read this passage without the answers. Now I want to go back and be more analytical by reading the passage more keenly and underlining some key items that will enable me to go for the right answers. So now let me go back and read this passage afresh, paying special attention to vital information. Laughter is part of everyday human communication. Laughter is part of everyday human communication. We can think of a day in our lives that without us laughing or hearing someone laugh, research has shown that human beings are of laughing even before they are born. Pictures have shown unborn babies smiling in their mother's wombs. Smiling be thought of as the first of laughter. Humans are not the only capable of laughing. It is that chimpanzees and gorillas also make sounds and facial expressions that resemble those made by humans laughing. The major difference is that whereas human beings can laugh at jokes, it is doubtful animals can see the funny of life. It should, however, be noted that laughter is not always the expression of happiness. Sometimes we laugh through embarrassment or hide our fears. We may even laugh through annoyance. In the first paragraph, this one, it's evident that this passage is talking about nothing but laughter. This information is important. And as you can see, this same information is discussed in even paragraph 2. We continue to meet the same aspect of laughter. We look at what tense is this passage written. Laughter is. This gives us information about the present tense. That's our present tense of everyday human communication. We can, again, at this point, we note that this is a present tense. Think of a day in our lives that, without us laughing or hearing someone laugh, research has shown that human beings are, not were, are today of laughing even before they are born. Pictures have shown unborn babies smiling in their mother's wombs. Smiling be thought of as the first of laughter. Humans are not the only capable of laughing. It is that chimpanzees and gorillas also make sounds and facial expressions that resemble those made by humans. The major difference is present tense, that whereas human beings can laugh at jokes, it is doubtful can see. It should, however, be noted that laughter is not always the expression of happiness. Sometimes we laugh to embarrassment or hide our fears. We may even laugh too. We have noted that this passage has been written in the present tense. It's about things that go on. That this laughter is an everyday activity. So we already understand the tense. We know the tense. And we therefore must move on to look at other aspects of this passage. Now, you can also realize certain words have been repeated. Words like everyday. It has been repeated. In some places, a little bit indirectly. It's therefore our duty to discover which items within this passage are being repeated. As we move on, we are going to come across what we call as collocation. And indeed, we must identify elements of collocation. By collocation, I mean words or phrases which seem to be in agreement. They seem to agree. They bear the same message. They communicate almost the same. That's why we talk of collocation. They collocate. This will be a very important element in our discussion. We must identify collocation. Even in the future examinations, collocation will remain critical. It will be a key component in testing. The Kenya National Examination Council will continue to test learners on the ability to detect collocation. And we must be in a position to identify collocation. No one can run away from this. At times, some of the very hard questions that we come across will involve collocation. Some of the tough questions, perhaps one or two, will involve collocation. As we move on, I will show you how to identify collocation in this passage. Now let's look at question number 1.